Guys, you've got 7 days to prepare for the first ever Weekend League on FC26. And let me tell you something, the 4-4-2 formation is the right choice if you want to take more wins in the Weekend League, so let me show you the best possible custom tactics and player roles. If you want to buy the cheapest FC26 coins on the market, make sure to visit mmloexp.com and use Crossy checkout for 8% off. Check the link in the description down below. As always, if you enjoyed this type of content on my YouTube channel, make sure to drop a like. Let's go over 1000 if you guys want me to continue my tips and tricks series with daily incredible tutorial content to help you guys get better at FC26 and take more wins in FUT Champions, Rivals, Drafts and any other game mode of the game. So with that being said, let's focus on the 4-4-2 formation, the classic 4-4. You can never go wrong with the 4-4-2, guys. It's been a top 3, top 5 formation in any FIFA edition, okay? I've been playing this game for over how many years? So this is my first ever FIFA, okay? 98. So I've been playing this game for over 25, 30 years. And I'm telling you this, the 4-4-2 is #1 most consistent formation in the history of the FIFA titles. So once again, we're going to talk about 3 game plans. The first one will be well balanced for the best attack and for the best defense that you guys can use from minute 1 to the final whistle, and do not change it, do not touch it if you guys dominate your matches, if you guys score goals on your opponents, and if you take wins. So with that being said, let's begin with the build-up style in the 4-4-2. It is going to be a big mistake if you guys go with counter instead of balance. I do not like the short passing one, I prefer balanced, because the short passing one is going to make your midfield extremely slow. They will not perform runs towards the opponent's penalty box. They will come closer to each other, guys, so you can always play tiki-taka, short passing, and I don't like it. The moment you take the ball from your opponent, you want your players to move forward so you actually create a counter attack. And if you guys go with counter, your players are going to move towards the opponent's penalty box. They're going to make the transition from your half to the opponent's penalty half extremely fast, especially the CMs. And you don't want both of your CMs to join the opponent's half and play as central attacking midfielders. You want at least one of them to stay closer to the center backs, cover the free space in front of your defender line, and in case you guys lose the ball in front positions, you do not concede goals on the counter. So, balance is 100% the best possible value you guys can select, and when it comes to defensive approach, it applies basically to every formation in FC26 at the moment, guys. High is very good. High is incredible to apply pressure all over the field. Every single one of your players is going to become more aggressive, and definitely, guys, you're going to create some goal scoring chances. However, I tested this one out a few times. If you go with 70 from minute 1, you cannot play until the final whistle with 70 because your players will completely run out of stamina. So I used 70. Minute 75, minute 80, I had a 2 or 3 goal lead, actually 2 goal lead. Minute 80, all my players run out of stamina, I conceded 2 goals. Which means that defensive approach high is not usable at this stage of FC26 from minute 1, so your only option is 50, which is, by the way, not bad. 25 is too deep, you don't want to park the bus, it's horrible, guys. Don't advise you to do that. So go with 50, and we're going to talk about 70 in a few minutes actually. Now let's talk about the player roles regarding the goalkeeper role and focus defense, guys. The classic ones for the goalkeeper. I'm not gonna go with ball playing or sweeper, keeper, goalkeeper, because probably you've already noticed that how powerful OP the chip shots are this year. You don't need a chip shot playstyle. Any striker in FC26, even strikers like Mike Garrincha, guys, I'm using silver icon Garrincha with 70 finishing, but even Mike Garrincha is going to score 10 out of 10 chip shots, which means that if you guys go with sweeper keeper or a ball playing keeper, the goalkeeper is going to run forward at counters, he's going to leave the entire goal open, so all you guys have to do is a chip shot. Don't do that. You want your goalkeeper to stay at the goal line, and you don't want him to go forward. Also regarding the center backs, for both of them I'm going to use defender, defend. I do not change it, I use the default option. And by the way, they are simply the best ones. Regarding the LB and the RB, fullback, defend. For both of them, fullback, defend, number one option in the 4-4-2 formation, guys. For the best defense, okay? You don't want the LB and the RB to join the attack unless you guys force them to join the attack by yourself. You guys know that when you press the L1, LB button on your controller, you're going to trigger them to perform runs towards the opponent's penalty box, or when you guys perform the 1-2 pass. So basically you can trigger both of them to join the attack, but you don't want them to join the attack by themselves. So fullback, defend is definitely your best choice. Now, the tasty part begins with the CMs. You definitely have to make your CMs come back in defense, cover the gaps and the free space in front of the defender line, okay? Because why the 4-2-1-3 and the 4-2-3-1 formations are one of the best in the game? Because they've got CDMs. Both CDMs come back in defense without any problems, but when it comes to the CM positions, it is a bit more difficult to force the CMs to come back in defense on their own. That's why you've got only one option for both of them. Holding, ball winning. Holding, ball winning is the only option that is going to make your CMs come back in defense the moment you guys lose the ball in front position. So I do not advise you guys to go with any other option. Ball winning is definitely your only option, guys, for the best possible defender line. Regarding the left midfielder and the right midfielder, it's clear as day. Inside forward, attack is going to make them too offensive. They will never come back in defense. Therefore, focus balance is number one. Also, we go with inside forward for the right midfielder, and the focus will be balanced. I do not recommend winger, wide playmaker, and wide midfielder, guys. All these options are horrible. Inside forward is number one, was number one in FC25, is number one once again in FC26, because this one provides options for the left and right midfielders. They stay on the wings, but also they cut inside, join the penalty box, play as left and right central attacking midfielders, sometimes as left and right strikers, okay? You've got variety of options to create goal scoring opportunities. That's why I love the inside forward. Regarding the striker position, guys, for both of them, okay, I'm gonna go with advanced forward attack. Best possible option that you guys can pick for your strikers. Advanced forward attack. You want them to stay in front of the penalty box. You don't want them to go towards the corner flag area. You don't want them to come back in defense. You want them to stay inside the penalty box, play as left and right strikers. And also regarding one more option, which is very good, talking about Poacher. Poacher is the get in behind option from FIFA 23, guys. When we had instructions, extremely good option, by the way. This option is going to make your strikers perform many runs towards the opponent's penalty box. However, guys, I prefer advanced forward, but if you guys don't have advanced forward plus or plus plus at advanced forward, like for example Pepe, I don't see plus plus. I always go and check the Poacher. If I see plus or plus plus, I'm going to use Poacher. If there is no plus plus at Poacher, of course I'm going to select advanced forward. So this is your main game plan to use from minute 1 to the final whistle. If you dominate the games, if you score goals, if you destroy your opponents and take wins, do not change anything. However, guys, if you find it difficult to create chances, if you find it difficult, guys, to take the ball from your opponents, I'm going to give you a bit more aggressive game plan for the 4-4-2 formation, which is definitely going to increase the number of goal scoring opportunities that you will create the moment you activate this game plan. So, build up style, once again we go with balance. This one is going to make your entire squad way too offensive at counters. You don't want this, so we go with balance. But now the big change is I'm not gonna go with 50, I'm going to boost this one to 70 defensive approach, which is going to make your entire squad way more aggressive on the field, controlled by AI. All your players are going to apply pressure on on the opponent's players, and you will definitely take the ball more often from the opponent, and you're going to create counterattacks. And 70 is fantastic to use after minute 30, so you guys can make sure that you can play until the final whistle without any of your players to run out of stamina. I explained a few minutes ago that if you go with 70 from minute 1, you are going to have problems after minute 75-80 with your stamina. Now regarding the player roles, once again, no change for the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper defend, defender defend for both of your center backs. And regarding the LB and the RB, I'm going to use, this time guys, I'm gonna go with versatile, just like that, fullback versatile. So this option is a new one and it's actually a good one. Let me explain to you how it works. If one of your fullbacks join the attack, the other one is going to come closer to the center backs and form a 3 at the back formation, okay? And this is exactly what you guys want after minute 35. If you guys want to create more goal scoring chances, you want a bit more support, the support will be provided by one of the fullbacks, while the other one is going to make sure that you do not concede goals on the counters. Regarding the CMs, once again we go with holding, ball winning, applied to one of your CMs. But when it comes to the other one, guys, I'm going to make him slightly more offensive than the other one. Talking about the deep line playmaker option, I'm going to choose defend, focus, okay? And so you guys can see both of them are going to play close to each other, but the difference is when you guys select the deep line playmaker role, your CM is going to be a bit more offensive compared to the other one that is going to come back in defense every single time. This one will also come back in defense, but mostly he's going to stay in the middle of the field, ready to receive a pass and create a counterattack. As I said, it's a bit more offensive. Regarding the left midfielder and the right midfielder, guys, for both of them, once again, I'm going to use inside forward and the focus will be balanced. Advance forward, attack for the striker. So this is the best possible game plan you guys can use after minute 30. 70 defensive approach to make your entire team way more aggressive on the field. The LB or the RB will join the attack, help with a build-up play, and also one of your CMs is going to play a bit more offensively compared to the other one. Now let's talk about the big boost of the tactics that I recommend using after minute 70-75, and let me tell you the reason why. So my third game plan is going to be for situations in which you guys have to score a goal in the last 20 minutes, maybe even 2 goals. You need a comeback formation, okay? So that's why we're going to make this one way more offensive. 4-4-2 flat. This time I'm going to go with counter, so your entire team will become quicker, faster when making the transition from your field to the opponent's field. And this time I'm going to select 95 extreme defensive approach. Keep in mind that your team cannot play with 95 for more than 20-30 minutes at this stage of FC 26. Maybe after New Year, when you guys get some Team of the Year cards, okay, 95 is going to be usable for longer, but at the moment, no. Otherwise, you take a huge risk of losing your player's stamina quickly. Regarding the player roles, this time I'm going to use wingback for both of them. Wingback role for the LB and the RB, defender defend for the center backs, okay, I'm not going to touch it. Goalkeeper defend, I'm not going to touch the goalkeeper either. And regarding the left and the right wingers, for both of them, inside forward, but this time I'm going to make both of them attack just like that. Attack. You want them to stay in front positions, okay? You want the left and the right midfielders to start scoring goals and create goal scoring opportunities. Regarding the central attacking midfielder positions, once again I go with holding, ball winning for one of them. You want at least one of your midfielders to stay at the back right, cover the free space and do his best to take the ball at counters. And regarding the other one, guys, I'm going to use box to box and the focus will be balanced. You want him to go forward, even play as a second striker, and you want him, if it's possible, to come back in defense. Regarding the striker position, we go with advance forward attack, and your formation is actually ready. Keep in mind that these tactics are really offensive. especially the 95 defensive approach, so don't use it before minute 70. Save this one for the final minutes if you guys really need to score 1 or 2 goals and create a huge comeback. So let's recap the default one, usable from minute 1 to the final whistle. Do not change it if everything is working well. The second game plan is a bit more offensive, aggressive compared to the default one. You can switch to this one after minute 30, and the last one after minute 70 is basically super aggressive game plan. This one will definitely create at least 5 goal scoring opportunities for you in the last 20 minutes, so it's all up to you if you guys are going to score them or miss them. But anyways, this is going to be the end of today's 4-4-2 formation review. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comment section down below in case you guys have any questions, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.